What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Haven't posted in a while, but I've been thinking about I've been thinking about the shootings that I witnessed and that I was involved in. And I'll tell the story right now. Anyway, this was the first one was in the early 2000s, maybe like 2008. I was fully in the TL already. And on Turk and on Leavenworth and Golden Gate, there's a YMCA, and I was sitting across the street in between two cars, and uh, and then I look to my left and I see a group of five black youngsters, all dressed the same, white tees and jeans. They were walking in a group. They weren't talking, and they were walking in front of the YMCA. And I'm watching them the whole time for some reason. Next thing I know, one of the kids turns around and opens fire on one of the dudes he was with. 6 shots, maybe 7. And the shooter and 4 dudes ran while the fifth dude ran the other way, the one that was getting shot at. And I'm watching and he's running away. I'm waiting to see red dots or blood appear on his white t-shirt, but he cut left down not Polk, but down Hyde. And so I fucking followed him. I ran after him, and he was ahead of me. I hung a left on Hyde. He hung a left on. He hung a left on. Fuck. What's it? He hung a left on Fulton, or no, McAllister. I hung a left on McAllister, and I lost sight of him. Next thing I know, I'm the first one running up on him, and he's collapsed uh, behind the Civic Center Plaza, right where the fountain is on the behind side of it, which is like the side which faces McAllister. He was like on his face. So I ran up to him, first person there, and I grab him and I roll him on his back, and it looked like he had a neck wound. And I took my shirt off. Second time I've done this, taking my shirt off. I put it on his neck and just squeezed. He was unconscious. Next thing I know, boop, hella 5-0s roll up. And they put him in an ambulance and they split. And the cops are around there. They didn't know what had happened. And they asked me, did you, like, I really don't want to talk to the police, especially on the street right here where everyone's looking at me. And, so I said, look, I'll walk up the street. And if you guys want to, like, if I see you guys, I could tell you where it happened, but I didn't really see anything. And that's what I did. I walked back up towards the Tenderloin Task Force Station. And I just said, yeah, man, I saw 5 guys in a group. One of them shot at the other. And that's really all I knew. But the funny part was, I didn't go in the police station because people are all outside. They see me go in, and I live there. I just couldn't do it. But this Asian detective walked out. He's like, and he said my name. I'm like, what the fuck, Kwok Do? Bro, he was my homeboy from Saint Ignatius, from Saint Sacred Heart, and we hung out together in high school. And it's kind of funny. He's a detective now. I mean, wouldn't be the first cop I went to school with. But it turns out that kid lived. I found out, and that was the first, shooting victim. I literally, you know, touched, was involved in, tried to save. Um, the second one was much more brutal. This happened in two, 2020, I think, and on the Woo Block, in the Tenderloin, which is, uh, oh my God, Golden Gate. I mean, McAllister and Hyde. I mean, and Jones. and that's where they sell weed. So I lived right by there. So every morning I go out, get my little weed and smoke with a couple of the homies. Well, this morning, 9 a.m., I walk out there and I'm standing at the very bottom of that hill, closest to Market Street. Well, close, right in the corner of McAllister. And there's this dude parked in his car, smoking a blunt, big black dude. And I'm standing in front of his bumper with two other dudes. One of them, rest in peace. He uh, he ended up dying on some separate shit. Um, and next thing I know, some dude brushes past us and opens fire on the guy in the car. 7 shots, again, right through the front window, and he ran. The dude ran. Everyone fucking split right there, ran in all directions, right? They heard gunshots. Well, um, I ran a little bit with my homie, uh, JD, rest in peace. But then something told me to turn back around and try to help this dude. So I ran back to the car. He's in the car. I could see outside. He's stuck in between. He's stuck in between his seats, his front seats. Like when he seen the shooter, he tried to dip into the back seat. That's the situation it looked like. So I seen this other homie there, black dude, and I'm like, bro, let's pull him out the car. What the fuck? And he's like, nah, man. They see you touching him, bro. It might be all bad. So next thing I know, cops run up. Right? They pull him out the car. We're all like fucking 10 feet away. I was probably the closest, you know. Um, and they pulled this big dude out the car, and he fell to the ground immediately. And when he fell to the ground, he woke up because he was unconscious and tried getting back in the car. And then his fucking pants fell down. And fuck, bro, everyone was just gasped like, man, that's no way to go. But when he hit the ground, he woke up again from being unconscious. I mean, dude, he had 6 or 7 shots in his stomach to his back. Very visible. He had a white shirt on, but I mean, the blood was pooling. Anyway, it was very hard. He fought the cops because he was scared, and he was large, like 300 pounds at least. And they pulled him out, and this time he stayed on the ground, and they started doing CPR. He was on his back, and they started doing CPR. Well, he wiggled his way to his stomach, and I'm kneeling down now. I'm fucking like 6, 7 feet away, and I'm looking at him in the eyes, and I'm telling the cops, dude, plug the holes in him. And I ripped my shirt off, and I ripped it in like 6 pieces. I'm like, here, plug the holes, then give him CPR. Because my experience is if you got someone that's shot and you pump on their chest for CPR, dude, the blood just leaks out of every hole. It makes no sense, dude. In combat medicine, they tell you to plug the holes first in the army, in the military. So, the last thing I seen, man, he's holding on to one of the cop's pant legs with a deathly grip, like he was scared. He's on his stomach. He's looking at me, crying. He's teared up. He's not crying. And I'm just looking in his eyes going, bro, it's going to be okay. There's a God, man. And he died. Um, Now, this story's crazier. So I went back to my. Oh, so the dude that killed him, he got caught that night. He just gave up. He was in the Tenderloin getting high. So it turns out I talked to one of my other homies who was in prison with the dude that got killed. And he said that this man uh, fucking regretted killing. Fuck. Let me start over. So the shooter, I went to my building and saw on the video camera exactly what happened. So in the morning, the dude who was smoking the blunt that got killed, he pulled up at like 8:30, sparked up a blunt. Then you see in the camera me walking up and talking to my two homies standing in front of his car. Now, at this point, you see this black cat youngster, or not youngster, black dude across the street get on a phone. You then see him, and this is all from cameras I was able to look at. You see him now walking away from the Woo Block, walking in front of my building, and a car pulls up at the bottom of Leavenworth, and the dude grabs something out of the passenger window from the driver, and the driver takes off, and the dude pulls his hood up and walks back towards the Woo Block like he's on a mission. Mind you, I'm over. I didn't know none of this is happening. This is what I seen after, and he walks up, he kills a dude. So it turns out one of my best friends, Game, it's his graffiti name. He was in prison with homie years before in San Quentin, and the dude had shot the killer's younger brother in the '90s, and he used to tell my homie Game, "Bro, I regretted that. I wish I would have never done it." Blah blah blah. He got out of prison. He started volunteering his time, but that's karma, right? He killed this dude's younger brother in the '90s, and dude came back to kill his brother's killer in the 2020s. And there's another time. I think there's two more times when I was shot at randomly. I don't know if it was targeted. I don't think it was because I don't have enemies like that. But those two moments really, sticked with me. Rest. Oh man, I don't want to say the guy's name who got shot just out of respect. Okay. All right, y'all. I'll have more stories soon. Thank you.